but it is something that you can overcome. If you aren't happy doing the diet that you're doing, you're not going to stick with it. Good morning. Time now is 5:04, so I am slightly late. I was just thinking about weight loss because I'm obviously in the middle of this cut, and I was thinking that it's interesting how many people don't understand the process and what's actually happening to their bodies. And so they're basically just like stumbling around in the dark, trying to lose weight, the best way they know how, but basically just by guessing what's going to work for them and listening to all of the wrong advice. At the end of the day, I'm one of those people who thinks that heavy restriction is, it's counterproductive. It might work for a couple of weeks, couple of days, but in the long run it's not very helpful, because nobody has willpower that lasts forever. But anyway, I'm gonna get inside and we will continue this after the session. And like that, we were back. That was a great session. I feel really good after that. Quite exhausted. Time now is 6:58. It was a 10-minute warm-up, leg day, and then 10-12 minute cool-down walk. So 2 sort of cardio sessions, I suppose. Very, very light cardio. As I say, I feel good. My legs feel a little bit like jelly, which is surprisingly a good thing. And jelly, that just makes me hungry. Feeling like I could use some breakfast, a nice big breakfast. But I've been thinking about this whole dieting thing, obviously because I'm on a cut at the moment, and I've been thinking a lot about food. It's not as difficult this time for me as it has been in the past, because I think I've dialed in my diet quite well this time around, in that my meals are very satiating, very filling, and it's a lot of food, but it's protein heavy, and I'm still getting enough carbs. And my fat is sort of at the perfect level for me, I think. Which brings me to an interesting concept, which is late at night, like last night, I was quite aware of the fact that I wasn't hungry, which is quite strange because I don't normally have super late nights, but last night I was working a bit late, and usually when it gets to sort of 11 o'clock, midnight, I start craving food, craving snacks heavily, and specific things. But last night I wasn't feeling it. I was aware of the fact that I wasn't even feeling it. And I have a bit of a theory, which I'll get into now. And like that, we were back. So what I was thinking about was this concept of cravings. at night. And I know a lot of people suffer from it as well. It's not a problem that I struggle with alone, but it is something that you can overcome. And one thing that I found quite helpful is something that actually Will Tennyson, massive YouTuber, if you don't know who he is, check him out. I'll put a link in the description. I'm sure you do though. He's great, super knowledgeable, and very entertaining, my kind of sense of humor. And he talks about this concept that he sort of coined called macro fasting, which is like carb backloading in a way. And it's basically saving your macros for the end of the evening or the end of the day. He will fill up throughout the day on protein snacks, protein meals, shakes, bars, whatever, egg whites, and then save most of his fats and carbs for the end of the day, when you're sitting watching Netflix or working or whatever. It's nice to have a snack, and fats obviously make things taste better. So it's actually a really smart way of doing it, because you're not completely starving your body for a massive portion of the day and then saving all your food for the end of the day. Intermittent fasting works for some people, definitely didn't work for me. Well, not long term anyway. I'm not debating that. I think it's, as I say, it works for some people, and if it works for you, that is great. This is slightly different in that you're eating throughout the day, and then you're getting to have those snacks in the evening. And it's not just one small snack, which it can end up being if you are quite strict with yourself and you have your diet quite regimented, and you sort of say, okay, well, I'm going to have a piece of chocolate every day. That's great, but it often ends up being just this tiny little piece of chocolate at the end of the day, which kind of, I don't know, makes it even worse in some ways for me. But with this whole macro fasting idea, you are allowing yourself a much bigger snack, better tasting snack at the end of the day, and then there's even potentially room for a second snack if you feel like one. And like Will says, that for him, it means that he goes to bed feeling satiated and happy, which is more important than most people realize. If you aren't happy doing the diet that you're doing, you're not going to stick with it, and makes it much more difficult to maintain over the long term. And if you've got a lot of weight to lose, it's a long-term thing. So I really like this concept and this idea, and I had been doing it myself for the past few weeks, actually. Just through trial and error. It wasn't something that I actually came across a video with Will where he talks about this macro fasting recently. That's why it sort of triggered this in my brain. But I've been giving myself a little snack in the evening, and quite a nice sizable snack. And it's I had to save carbs and fat to be able to fit it in the evening, because I already have a protein shake as my last meal. So it was it's quite interesting to see how people get to the same sort of ideas. Will Tennyson's obviously much more practiced at this than I am, but could work for you if you are somebody that has a lot of cravings at night. Might not work for everybody, but give it a try. Food for thought. Otherwise, I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, share it if you think somebody else will too. And I'll see you all in the next one.